can compare yourself to yourself. Never compare yourself to anybody else and what they're going through. And, oh, I wish I was like them. Don't ever say those words. Don't, because you have no idea what they went through to be the person that they are. Y'all, the people that be messaging me, telling me they want to be like me, I'm like, hold up. Don't put that in the universe. You don't want to put that out there.
As her best friend? No, you don't.
No, take it back. I'm just pretending you didn't say that.
She's wonderful on camera and all the work you are wonderful, by the way. I'm not disparaging you. But she has her moments, let's just put it that way. The little polished version that you see on One Step Deeper. Yeah, I see the other side.
Yes. I think to be as deep as you and I go, to be able to do that, you have to tap into all of those emotions.
Yeah.
And I feel things so hard. I feel things so deep and so hard that that's where all the inspiration comes from. I have to tap into that. And so I get a little emotional and kind of get stuck there for a bit.
Well, and that's a great point, too, of this whole concept of turning the pain into purpose. Look at the pain. And as hard as it is going through it, whatever it is in your life, you can define pain physically, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, however you want to define it. And you've got this pain. In the moment, you're not seeing it, but there is a reason you've gone through that. At least there's a reason you can tell yourself that you've gone through that because of life circumstances leading to something else happening and eventually headed towards your purpose. And so I think anyone who's been through pain, you can turn that into purpose by seeing the bigger picture of it all. In the midst of it, and you and I've had conversations with you being right in the midst of it, I'm like, 10,000 foot view, what's it going to look like from there? Not right here. What's it look like from there? And you're like, damn it. Yeah, I can see that. And it changes everything. And it fast forwards you from survival and surviving into striving for thriving, and getting there and having that purpose sooner than later.
Yeah, so I'm a real life examples person. And so the biggest example that I have of in the midst, I didn't know what the heck was going on. I was so lost. I was so sad. I was just broken. I was in pain. To now I'm like, yeah, I'll take that any day over what I got now. And so when I was a teenager, I was like head over heels in love with this guy. I just knew we were going to end up together. I just knew we were going to get married. This was it. This was the one. That didn't work out. And so I was so distraught for 9 months. I didn't go anywhere. I was in so much pain, and my family life was kind of crazy at the time, and just everything hurt. And then I met Wildman. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that pain anytime to get this over here. Like, I'm good with that. But I didn't know he was coming, So in the middle of it, I was just like, nobody loves me, nobody likes me, I'm just going to die alone, all those thoughts that you go through. And especially as a hormonal teenager, you can make something so small so big. But yeah, I had all of those thoughts, and then now I have Wildman, and we've been married for 10 years, and I'm thankful for that pain. And being having sexual things happen to me as a child, that shouldn't have happened. I am now, because of that, I'm hyper protective with my children, and I've started to teach them things that was never taught to me. And I am careful with them, and I monitor them. And also, I take all of that pain that I felt and I bring it here. I bring it here to let people know when you go through pain, sometimes it is to help somebody else, and maybe that's a hard thing to wrap your head around, but I've been through so much in my life, I feel like I have to share it, because I know other people go through these same things, and they're just like, they think they're the only one, and they're not. All of us go through these painful things, and I want to be there for as many people as I can, and that's kind of turned into my purpose. All these things that I've been through just kind of get lumped together and go, listen, I am a ball of someone who has been through some pain. How can I hear you today? How can I listen to you? How can I be there for you?
Yeah, and the pain all along the way shifts you. And a lot of people say, well, that's God putting you in the direction he wants you to go. If you want to go the religious route, you could certainly do that. But certainly, I think it's undeniable that when you go through difficult, challenging, painful circumstances in your life, it has an indelible mark on your life. It has to. Now, you can go down a deep, dark path of further pain and negativity and maybe worse, or you can choose another path. So I guess in the moment, it's so hard to see the big picture. But when you're on the other side of it and you go, the hell was that? And then you go, okay. And I had that happen when I left the house at 17 and a half after being basically physically and emotionally abused for 3 years. I kind of had that, what was that kind of moment? And it took a long time to find meaning and purpose in life. Like, I'd say my entire late teens and my entire 20s was just a blur of survival, a blur of attempting to find myself on the other side of the pain. And most people, it doesn't take that long, but it took me that long. And so if you're watching us, listening to this, and you're going, I'm still in pain from something that happened many years ago, welcome to the club. It doesn't just disappear overnight. You're going to have to work through it in your own pace, in your own timing, and just know that at some point purpose does kick in. And then I finally found some purpose in my life out of that pain, and I'm continuing to find it. This podcast is a manifestation of that. I wanted to share this part of my life, as did you. So don't put a timetable on it, Miss Brittany.
Oh, for sure. And I was about to say, don't even think for a second that that pain that you felt will never come back. Just because you are striving and thriving, because believe me, it will slap you so hard in the face. You're like, whoa, what the hell? Where did that come from? And it catches you off guard.
I just wrote a post about it as of today at the One Step Deeper Instagram page or One Step Deeper Facebook community. Go look it up. But I wrote a post all about that of, you could be rolling along, everything's great in your life, and then one little something triggers a memory. You hear a song. I heard a song on Alexa the other day when I was playing music. I'm like, why do I suddenly have a feeling of dread? And it dawned on me. It reminded me of my teenage years. And I'm like, holy crap. Like, it just suddenly was heavy and I was shaking and I'm going, what is wrong with me? And it triggered me. So just be aware of those things. And this is where also we talked about on previous episodes, knowing your triggers and learning how to deal with them, avoiding them as much as possible. I'm not going to stop listening to music, but Alexa, next song.
Yes, and so let's say you've gone through the pain and you've made it to that purpose. It helps you to continue to deal with that pain. And so I still have vivid memories of what happened to me as a child. Very vivid things. And if someone says a certain thing, or I hear a certain noise, or in particular loud noises are very triggering to me. Things like fireworks, balloons, they always set me off no matter what, because it was so loud in my household.
New Year's Eve, you were texting me like crazy. There they go, the bomb's going off, and I'm like, okay, we're here if anything happens.
Yes. And so for a little bit, I dipped back into survival mode just to get through all of the triggers that I knew were coming. But then I remember my purpose. I remember this happened to me, and maybe I don't have a definitive reason why that happened to me, but I'm going to use every single ounce of what happened to me, and I'm going to turn it around for the people who meant to hurt me and the people that meant to break me down, and for the things in life that meant to destroy me. Oh, hell no, you don't get that opportunity. You don't get that privilege. I'm sorry. Nope. Good luck. Good luck. I've been through a lot of shit in my life, and I'm still standing here, and I might have developed, a little Bianca to the side to try to make it through, but, oh, I am still here, and I am surviving, and I move through those levels of surviving and striving and thriving. Just depends on what area of my life you're talking about. In my marriage, I feel like we're thriving. In my unschooling relationship with my children, we're a little bit on the survival striving mode. My relationship with Jimmy, we're always striving and talking to each other and learning more about each other and helping and one step deeper. I mean, personally, I think we're thriving, but but
I
that's what I'm
think
saying. Different levels of your life can look like different ways.
so. In taking the pain to purpose, is it necessary to try to like vocalize and have as a goal what the purpose is, or should it be organic? How did it happen for you?
So it kind of happened through weight loss for me. When I was in weight loss, I started listening to a lot of people, my why. A lot of people started talking about find a why to anchor to when it got hard in weight loss. And so I really, really, really thought about it for a long time. Because when I first started to lose weight, just like most people I know, I wanted to lose weight because I was fat and ugly. You know what I'm saying? Which was not the truth, but that's what I was telling myself. Um, and somewhere along the way, I had developed this why, and that was to rise. And it was so much more than just weight loss. Anytime life would knock me down, I just, all right, I'm going to rise above it. Anytime life would come at me again, okay, I'm going to rise above it. Now, the number of times I've been knocked down, I mean, we've laughed and we've joked about my year 2020. My word of the year was elevate, and I didn't realize I was going to have to hit rock bottom in order to elevate. But so many times life is just, and to view it as not just being knocked down, but to view it as being planted. And every time that the dirt was pushed over me, that's okay. I'm just going to grow right through this dirt. And it just kept going and it just keeps growing. And so for me, it started with that weight loss of, okay, I need something to anchor to when it gets hard in weight loss. But then it just became this big thing of, you know what, anytime life is hard, I have this why that I can go back to. Some people anchor to their children or, to their spouse, or they anchor to something else. But for me, my anchor was always internal. It was always me of, I want to press through this. I want to grow. I want to be more than whatever this trauma is that's in my life. I don't want this to define me. I want it to refine me, and I want it to turn me into a better person.
The whole idea of purpose is about finding meaning, because I think there's so many people, and maybe it's you out there watching or listening right now, you don't think your life has much meaning. And maybe you've been through some painful things. Maybe you didn't go through sexual abuse like Brittany did, or physical and emotional abuse. You had emotional abuse too, but physical and emotional abuse for me, and other things throughout life. Like that's what happened in childhood for us. But we both have had things happen in adulthood as well. I've lived a little more life than you, so I've got more of those kind of things. And so maybe you've got these things built up. This pain is just so built up, and you're just like, why am I here? What's the meaning? What's the purpose? I don't have one. Dig deep, like dig really deep inside yourself. There is a reason you're here. There is a purpose for you in this world. And my heart just aches for those people, Brittany, who feel like they have to writhe in their pain until the day they die. And it's like, that's not a life. You've already died.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been that person. I've been that person with a big, beautiful house and a wonderful husband and children who love me. I've been that person where I'm just like, I'm right here. I don't, I don't understand. And I'm so compassionate about those people who are going through those things, like, because it's such a dark place to get there where you feel like nobody cares about you, you have no purpose in this life. But I'm telling you, you have a purpose in this life. And if I say this another time, you're going to get sick of hearing it. Find me on Instagram, Brittany, or becoming.Brittany Lee. Find me there. DM me. I am always open to chat about absolutely anything. If you're having a hard day, hey, come tell me. If you don't have anybody to celebrate that you just finished that class, or you just did this cool thing, you don't have anybody to celebrate, message me. Come on, message me. I love those kinds of things. If you're having a hard day, you don't have anybody to talk to, please reach out to me. That's literally how Jimmy and I developed our relationship. Like, I needed help with this thing, and then it just how it happened. And I've developed so many organic relationships that way because I just want to be there for those people who are hurting and broken and feel like they don't have anybody, because I was that person.
I have so many people who watch us on our live chat. By the way, live chat, Sundays, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Come join when we premiere these episodes over on YouTube. Go